Hey, what's up everybody? Dean Zhu here from the ZooLab YouTube channel, coming at you, talking a little bit today about interviews. The talking head interview setup is something that we probably shoot the most, and in this day and age of digital content is definitely something that most of our clients are requesting. First thing we do on an interview shoot has nothing to do with equipment and has everything to do with before you even get to the shoot. Pre-production for an interview shoot is critical. Understanding what your person's going to be talking about or what the interview topic is and doing a little bit of your homework and research is super clutch and makes for a very smooth shoot when you get there. Again, learning about the client's needs and what their aesthetic is very critical to picking the right space. Sometimes you're interviewing multiple people and it might be good to find a space that can give you multiple different looks in the same location. Whenever we do a talking heads or interview shoot, we always like to do a pre-production interview of sorts. Now, this doesn't always have to be like a long Zoom call or a 60-minute phone call. It could just be a coffee meeting or even email and text back and forth, just so everybody gets on the same page. Again, if you've seen our pre-production videos in the past, go check that video out one more time. We talk about a platform we use called Milanote. Now, this video is no way sponsored by Milanote, but we would really appreciate a sponsorship from Milanote if you're listening out there. So whether that's the client, whether that's the DP, all the way down to the production assistant, knows all the information for the shoot that same day and the time frame and where the location is, and even down to all the little bits and pieces of the equipment we're going to be using. Now, speaking of equipment, obviously we need a few things to make an interview shoot look really good. We need some cameras, some lenses, some support gear like tripods and C-stands, great lighting, and audio. Let's talk about how we set up an interview shoot when we arrive on the scene. The first thing we do is we have a discussion and figure out what our main camera angle is going to be. These are some things that we look for in a main camera angle. Number one, interest in the background. Are there some things in the room or in the location that can make the background a little bit more interesting? Because we don't want to just shoot our subjects flat on a black or white or gray wall, but is there some depth and dimension? We love to shoot at an angle, which means if there's two intersections of a wall, we like to shoot into that intersection. It gives us some depth and dimension, and also when we start adding in some extra lighting, it gives us some texture to play with when we're going into a deeper source. Shooting into the longest part of the room also gives us a chance to get really great depth of field. The first camera angle is usually a wide shot to establish the speaker or the interviewer and the location, and that second camera angle is a little bit tighter and really gets the background nice and creamy. We always have a joke and we have a saying on set that, man, B-cam always looks good. And the reason that is because typically we're using a focal length of 85 millimeters or higher. When you're shooting with 85 millimeters or higher and you've got a lot of distance between the subject and the background, you've got a really great shot to really compress the background. Our rule of thumb for the number of cameras you use, that's always a +1. Meaning if we have 6 people talking, ideally we'd like to have 7 cameras. Each person gets their own ISO, and then there's one shot that's the wide shot that establishes everyone in the shot. Now, once we get our camera angle set up, then we talk about lighting. We want to be able to light the subject in a way that's flattering to their face and that also is conducive to your space. We definitely love using a book light anytime we have the option to do that. Bouncing light off of a source and then diffusing it again just softens the image up as much as possible. Plus, in the lighting department, we add a little bit of tricks to the background and to simulate certain things. We even sometimes will put up a light that's shining straight into the ceiling just to give the overall feel, just to brighten everything a little bit more. Once we establish the lighting and we get our camera set and we get our image up, the next thing is audio. I can watch a video that's in perfect focus and looks beautiful, but if the audio is trash, you've lost me. For our audio, I'm going to kick it over to my man Adam Roy, who's going to talk about how we break down the audio setup.
Hey, my name is Adam Roy. I'm the audio engineer with ZooLab here on the shoot. And a couple things that I look for whenever I walk into a space for the first time is going to be, as the audio engineer, what's it sound like? Is it boomy? Is there a lot of reverb? Is there a lot of things going on? So a lot of times that I'll walk into a space and start snapping. I'll clap my hands and listen for reverberations because those are going to be the things that we have to combat as an audio engineer. I think the best rule of thumb is going to be for you to get an external mic. Your camera may have a microphone feature already built in, but it may not actually give you that direct sound that you're looking for and what people are used to hearing. Our preference is to use an external microphone that's hardwired from an XLR cable and fed into an external recording device. So another great option that you may find yourself in when a room may be too large for a direct mic system is going to be a lavalier. So a lavalier you've seen before, they just clip on a little bitty microphones that either have a cable or some that are wireless like a Rode or a Godox. There are a lot of really good options that are actually affordable, that won't break your bank, that will actually be able to get you some pretty decent quality at a decent price.
Thank you guys for watching. That was our tips and tricks on how to set up an interview almost anywhere. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to this video and our channel, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
That's it, man.
Okay.
Right up the office.
Scary.